Matt checking in with Tony Eury real quick. Tony, since there wasn't a lot of track position to pick up, do you wish you'd taken 4?
Well, we're just so loose. We're just trying to figure out a way to get the car tightened up. And he hit that 06 in the rear there on that wreck on the front straightaway. It's got the hood and the grill and everything flattened out on it. The car's acting like it's got tape on it, and the balance is way off on the body now. So we're just trying to figure out a way to get it tightened up. Usually 2 tires will tighten it up, so that's what we're hoping for.
Didn't it get really tight in the center, though? Wasn't he having a problem with that?
Well, it's just sliding the front, but he's so loose getting in, so loose off, he can't go anywhere.
All right, there's the answer. Still working on loose, guys.
Now it's starting to make sense, isn't it, Walter?
Yeah, I was confused there for a minute. Now I'm getting a little bit clearer on it.
How about the 48, Bill?
Let's find out. I'm back here with Chad Kanowski. Did you watch that 48 and that 24 run together out there?
I have no idea what you just said, but I heard you say something about the 24 car. You know, both cars are running really good right now. Hopefully we can get back up in front of them a little bit, but you know, it's up to the drivers right now at this point. Our car's pretty good. It just takes a couple of laps for it to get going. May have missed it just a little bit on air pressure, so what's it going to be, 32 laps to go, something like that when we take the green. We'll just see what happens.
Do you close one eye when the 24 and the 48 are racing side by side like that, Chad?
Those are the best 2 race car drivers out there. Why would you close your eyes there? If anybody
You
can
wouldn't
take
want to
their...
miss that, would you?
Yeah, it's good. It's exciting, but you know, if those 2 are racing, it's going to be safe racing.
All right, we'll see what happens. Good luck. Marty?
Well, Bill, this may be the punch that knocks Mark Martin out of the championship chase. He has a left rear tire going down, he believes. Sterling Marlin pulled up beside him, said, yes, it is going down. Tony Glover in the pit beside them confirmed, came to Pat Trice and said, you have a tire going down. You need to pit. They're going to come down pit road and take 4 tires. They were in the perfect position, but now they'll go to the back of the pack.
Oh, man, I tell you.
What?
That's one thing you got to understand. You know, although these guys are racing, they're racing each other as hard as anybody will race in this world. Yet you're also looking out for each other. You know, you're racing a guy for points or for position, and you see a guy with the flat, and you may just go, this guy's not going to last long. But everybody watches out for each other.
What a heartbreak.
Hey, whoever wins this championship definitely has earned it, especially today.
Whoever wins this championship is going to have gone through about a gallon of antacid on the pit box before the checkered flag waves.
You saw Pat Trice just gurgling down that water when we had a camera shot of him just a little bit ago. Right now, Kurt Busch is leading the points by 1 over Jeff Gordon.
And he's running in 10th place. Jeff Gordon is up to 5th, so every spot Gordon moves forward is 5 points he gains over Kurt. And Kurt's still back a couple of spots in that 4-point range.
There it is. Well, it's 5 points.
15 to Johnson. And that hurts Mark Martin. He falls from 9th place back to 26th.
So what do? You pass every car you can.
Well,
that's what you have to do.
I mean, he had to have these 3 cars have trouble for him to win the championship anyway, so he's just trying to win the race.
But let's not write him off, because who knows what can happen in these final 38 laps. Marty?
That's true, Alan. We've seen this before, and the left rear tire for Mark Martin was indeed down. They brought it back here to the back of the pit box. They're surveying it, trying to find a cut if they can, but indeed it did have very little air pressure in it.
Yes, it did.
So Mark Martin will go way back in traffic and have to have a lot of, what was the word he used earlier? Miracle? Well, I asked about his championship hopes today. Needs one now. NBC Monday, the usual Thanksgiving feast cooked up for Fear Factor contestants. Benny's turning his eyes.
PP, it's not that bad.
I can't stand to watch it.
New, a very special Thanksgiving edition of Fear Factor tomorrow night on NBC.
Fry them in a little oil, put a little pepper, salt on them. Tastes like popcorn.
There you go. Good for you. I'll take your word for it.
Here we go.
You've never come to dinner at my house? You don't know what I'm going to serve.
That's right. I will not be accepting that invitation. All right, guys, you know, right now we've got to get back Ryan Newman, the leader, Tony Stewart, Jarrett, Harvick, and then Jeff Gordon. How many of these guys can Gordon pass? Can he pass any of them?
36 laps will be left in the race when the restart happens. Matt?
Alan, keep in mind the 24 was 0.2 of a second a lap faster than both the 29 and 88 cars before that caution. They feel like those 2 cars should be easy to get by. It's the 20 and the 12 they're concerned about.
easy. Easier, maybe.
It's been an eventful day, and the championship margin is razor thin. And we come to the final 36 laps of the season. Jeff Gordon is 5th, Jimmy Johnson 8th, Kurt Busch 10th, Dale Jr. 16th, Mark Martin 26th.
The only good thing is you only got 2 cars down on the inside. There's the oil dry on the outside. The cars are running through. Makes it a little bit slick, but not too bad.
Especially on the guys that didn't pit and have the hot tires.
Yeah.
Gordon. He's going for the 29 car of Harvick. If he gets by him, he's in the lead.
Harvick's lost a couple of spots there in that restart.
Ricky Rudd got by him. That's Rudd in the 21. He's going to move up to 5th. So Jeff Gordon now runs 4th. Kurt Busch has moved up a spot. He took 9th away from Sterling Marlin. And he's right behind Jimmy Johnson in the running order.
There they are.
But he can't just rest there, because if Jeff Gordon keeps moving up, Kurt needs more points.
He's got to pass some more cars.
I'm telling you, this thing's going to come down to the last lap. Somebody's going to pass somebody on the last lap to win this championship. How does it look now?
Different.
4-point lead.
So that means if Jeff Gordon passes 1 car and Kurt Busch doesn't move up anymore, Gordon goes into the championship lead.
By 1 point.
Now, Gordon's got some distance right now between his car and Dale Jarrett's car.
Yeah, he got caught back in some of the traffic there trying to make that pass. What was that, on Kevin Harvick?
Right. Slowed him up just a little bit.
And the bad news, that last lap, he was slower than the first 3 cars.
Now, if these guys get to racing, Jeff Gordon will catch him, because he's in clean air by himself, and those 2 guys, or 4 guys up front, run side by side. But that was a pretty clean pass there by...
Yeah, it was on a slower car. It was Joe Nemechek's not on the lead lap.
Trying to get hung up there.
How about this race for the lead? Tony Stewart working Ryan Newman.
This is outstanding. Tony Stewart turns under. Just could not quite get the turn well enough.
Get him a little bit loose.
Tony Stewart was the race leader on the lap 170 restart when he was black flagged by NASCAR for not stopping, weaving his car beyond turn 3 where you're supposed to knock it off. Went all the way back to 26th.
Here he comes for the lead.
And Stewart was doing everything he could to get that 12 car a little bit loose up in 3 and 4. Got the spot. Oh, he slides up high. Here comes a 12 underneath him.
Little crossover.
That's good racing. Dave, what's Tony Stewart saying about his car?
Nothing. He's driving too hard right now, Wally. Now, they took 4 tires on a lap 200 stop. And remember, Tony visited this track while it was being reworked. Matt told us that story last year. He did so well his rookie year, winning the race here, then the year following, but that was on the old flag configuration. He's gotten to know the bank configuration pretty well.
And you really wouldn't see this kind of racing on the old configuration. This is what this racetrack was built for.
Bill, how about Ryan Newman? What are they saying?
He's in that Tony Stewart category. A little busy to push that radio button, but they have worked on this car all day, Benny. First loose, then a little tight, then working with 4 tires, and then with 2 tires, they got him out front. They caught cautions, they got him in the fuel window. Now racing Stewart for the win.
And as those guys are racing,
Dale Jarrett, we might all start talking about that 88 car.
It's allowed Jeff Gordon to chop some ground down also on this front 3.
fastest car that last lap, Jeff Gordon.
There he was.
Gordon 4th, Johnson 8th, Kurt Busch 9th. Kurt leads by about 4 points right now. That's 4 positions. Scott Wimmer in the 22 is running 7th rather, was. Johnson's got that now, and now Kurt needs to get by him to keep up. Couldn't do it. Not yet. Yikes.
Still 4 points.
And Jimmy Johnson does not want to see the 97 in his mirror. He wants to see that 97 disappear in his mirror if he's going to have a shot at beating Kurt Busch in the championship.
Kurt Busch on the inside of Wimmer takes that spot away.
Jimmy tried to put a run on Kevin Harvick. Kevin shut him off.
And Kurt knows, on the other hand, he's got to keep Jimmy Johnson in sight.
Johnson by Harvick, and that's for 6th.
The only guy he can't see the 24. Matt?
Jeff Gordon doing all he can do, trying to give owner Rick Hendrick the 6th championship as an owner. He just keyed the mic and said, guys, that's all I have. That's all I can give you. Right now, it is just pushing so hard in the center of the corner. Robbie said, would it help if we got the 0-1 out of the way in front of you? Jeff keyed back and said, anything would help.
And the 0-1 gets help from Hendrick Motorsports. That's right. Joe Nemechek.
Yeah, the MB2 team using Hendrick engines, Hendrick chassis. And Joe again running in 31st place, a few laps off the pace. This is for 7th place. Kurt Busch trying to get around Kevin Harvick. If he passes him, it's 4 more points to the good for Kurt.
Ooh, drives in there a little bit hard, Benny, and slides up the racetrack.
And I'll tell you what, we have seen Kurt Busch this year do 3 times come off these corners like this at the California Speedway and lose control, spin out by himself.
Challenge for the lead. Ryan Newman back to the inside of Tony Stewart.
And Kurt Busch trying to take by the 29 car.
Oh, wow, Newman slipped up a little bit.
But so did Tony Stewart. Bill Weber.
That 12 car's loose. That's why he slipped up. In fact, a few laps ago, he said it was too loose for him. Maybe it's getting better.
He's got the lead. That's better. And Kurt Busch got through Kevin Harvick.
Life is good for Kurt Busch right now. He's by the 29 car. He has clean racetrack in front of him. And about 8 points to play with. Yeah, between himself and Jeff Gordon.
Oh, gee, that's a comfort margin. What a day for Kurt Busch.
And he's got a clean racetrack in front of him, too. For a little while, anyway.
Way back at lap 91, he was running 2nd. The right front wheel broke on his car. Literally came off as he was trying to get to pit road. He barely missed hitting the butt end of pit wall, but when that tire came off, it brought the caution flag out. He was able to get a new tire put on without losing the lead lap.
That was big, that the tire came off, went on the racetrack, and caused the caution flag to come out.
Might be what won him a championship. Certainly helped.
Now, you know he's doing everything he can, but I still think you'd want to know, or at least get some encouragement for the pits on, okay, am I good? How much more do I have to do? Do I have to push it harder? Am I riding in a good spot? Because I'm running a comfortable pace right now. This is one of those lot of anxiety for a race car driver in this situation right now for Kurt Busch.
So there's the leader, Newman, 2nd place Stewart, 3rd place Jarrett. Here comes Gordon. He's running 4th. There's Johnson, who just passed Rudd for 5th. We saw Kurt Busch come through in 7th.
There's Mark, 6th car.
Mark Martin is currently back in the 18th position. And Acarb Jr. is back in 21st.
So the 2-tire call on that last caution hadn't worked out for them.
And right now, the NASCAR folks have to be happy because the Dodge is leading, the Chevrolet is in 2nd, the Ford is in 3rd.
And Jeff Gordon, we heard the report from his pit a minute ago, said that's all he's got. So unless Kurt Busch starts to slip back, Jeff Gordon needs to find a way to get a little more.
Dave, is somebody going to run out of gas?
BP, it's a possibility with the 88. Now, they think they can go all the way, but they pitted last on lap 192. We've had a lot of caution, but 75 laps is still a lot to ask here. Dale Jarrett running strong in 3rd, but I would say close on fuel. If he drops back, that could be another position for Gordon.
You know who else last pitted on lap 192? Guy leading the race.
Yeah, I just don't think the fuel situation is completely gone. I think some of these guys may run out of fuel.
Ryan Newman at 192. Tony Stewart pitted at 200.
Bill, about the 12s, can he make it?
Yeah, they said, especially with the caution laps, Benny, that they would be all right. But if there's one team you got to take with a grain of salt, it's Borland in that 12 punch, don't you?
Yeah, but then again, if there's one team that's proven they can get the fuel to the finish a lot of times, That was a story at the end of last season, wasn't it? They won all those races at the end of last year by finding a way to stay on the track and get their track position when everybody else had to come in.